The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
So I just got finished with The Boys Season 2, and I gotta say, it kicked a lot of ass. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. And all jokes aside, The Boys is a fantastic series that everyone should be checking out. That is if you don't mind blood, gore, violence, swearing, nudity, self-mutilation, or the existential crisis that is Homelander. Needless to say, this is a show for adults. It goes to prove that not all comic book adaptations are family-friendly, and it also goes to prove that the best comic book-related material isn't coming from Marvel right now, but Amazon. Luckily for you, I'll spare you my love letter to the Tick. Outside of Glow, I can't think of another streaming show I'd like to see get one more season. But thankfully, The Boys isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Now, I'm not here to give a general overview of the season. I suggest you watch the show for yourself. That not only takes a dig at the most cringeworthy moment in the MCU, but does it better in every conceivable way. Some would call Avengers Endgame a masterpiece and the perfect way to cap off the MCU. I would not. Endgame was a solid film with a lot of positives, but it leaves us with too many questions to be truly satisfying, and one scene has bugged me since I saw the film. What scene is it? Reach into your hearts. You know it to be true. It's the girl power scene. Forced isn't a strong enough word to describe the girl power scene in Endgame, but contrived is. The girl power scene in Endgame was the most contrived, cringeworthy moment in the history of the MCU. Here we are, final moments of this massive battle against Thanos, this interdimensional threat, the most powerful being ever. And we stop in the middle of this battle to pat ourselves on the back with this great moment for diversity and female empowerment. It sucked, and it sucked us right out of the moment. I guess message in film was important. Okay, I know they are, but the girl power scene sends all the wrong ones. First off, well, it's undeserved. But Jeff, you might say, we spent years, literally years with these women. It's truly their journey. All right, ineffectual Adam, calm down. First off, the only woman we've been watching since the beginning was Pepper Potts, and she's an administrator. Superheroing was never her game. Even when she had Extremis, her ass went back to normal as soon as possible. Up next is Scarlet Witch. She's cool, she's powerful. She already had her own moment with Thanos. The other women had been around for 1 to 3 films, and Captain Marvel had been around for a few weeks. Remember, her film dropped in March of 2019. Avengers Endgame was released April of 2019. That's just 49 days for Captain Karen. She clearly has earned the right to be at the forefront of a movie-breaking moment. Awesome. We've talked about forced diversity and agendas countless times on the channel, because Disney keeps forcing their agenda in everything, and they keep ruining entertainment. For a while, Disney and their defenders, the media, liked to blame nerds, trolls, the sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads, all of us. But now that the istophobe accusation has lost all of its meaning, the excuse train is out of stops and it's on its way to hell. Sorry, it's October.
'Tis the season to be scary.
I think you'd have to be blind not to see the feminist agenda as part of the superhero genre. It's strong female characters this and blah blah blah, stale talking points that. I just hate it. Let the female characters stand on their own. That's what The Boys did, and it worked. The Boys makes fun of everything, and I mean everything. The evil mega corporation Vought that buys their way out of the government indictments, creates superheroes, and breaks dozens of laws? That's Disney. Yes, Disney. Vought Plus and Voughtland are just 2 real-world comparisons, but the show is wrought with the Vought Disney comparisons. The Boys also pokes fun at Scientology, SJWs, meme culture, politicians on both sides of the aisle, and a whole lot more. Hell, they even spent a portion of the season making fun of this girl power initiative with their Girls Get It Done campaign, in which all the female characters make fun of it constantly. There's even a subplot about one of the characters, Queen Maeve's sexuality. She's bisexual, but from a PR standpoint, it would look better for the team if she was out, loud, and proud. So they created this narrative of brave Maeve behind her back and forced her into something she doesn't want. A superpowered being is being controlled by fear of their private life leaking. So they lie to themselves and the public and be whatever stereotype sells the most merchandise. Kind of a damning indictment of today's obsession with sexuality and placing people in nice, little, marketable boxes. Let me stop for just a second, because I want to lay this out so people can get through the misinformation put out there. The Boys is not woke entertainment. Is it a perfectly balanced criticism of all sides of the political spectrum? No, but I'd say it's a 60-40 split, which these days is refreshing. There were maybe 2 moments where I thought to myself, this one is too on the nose, or I don't like what they're trying to say here, because it's not a fair representation. But other than that, there's not a show out there with a set of balls the size of The Boys. The girl power scene in The Boys planted the seeds of payoff very early on. As stated, the ladies know what's up. They know the campaign is hollow lip service to those 5 weirdos clamoring for it online. When it comes time to use the marketing phrase, girls get it done in the show, it comes off as cheap and preachy as it does in the real world. In the show, there's a superhero team called the Seven. They're the JLA, the Justice League, if you will. Like the JLA, they also have a film, which features imagery heavily inspired by Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice and the Snyderverse films. The show also references the Joss Whedon rewrites, just like the Justice League film. It's art imitating life that's imitating art, which also imitates life. So this next sentence may come off as confusing, so let's take it slow here. Not that slow. The film that's being made about the Seven inside the show, no, that's confusing me and I'm the one saying this shit, so let's try it again. In the show, there's a movie about the Seven being made, which features the girls get it done moment. The characters make fun of it, the show treats it like the joke that it is, and then they move on. For the layperson, that means that the show makes fun of the overt girl power moments in two ways. First, it pokes fun at their existence, and second, they poke fun at their execution. That is until they have their own girl power moment. Now this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to cover the boys' implosion because of hypocrisy or wokeness or some other bullshit like that. Now thankfully, that's not the case. The Boys does feature a girl power moment, and it's awesome. Allow me to set the stage. Up first in the blue corner, the unstoppable force with the semi-immovable conscience, the battling bisexual Queen Maeve! And now for her partners, one half of the superpowered siblings all the way from the land of the rising sun, Kimiko. And finally, America's sweetheart who lights up the lives of millions, Starlight! And now, in the red corner, all the way from Nazi Germany by way of Compound V, a literal Nazi who's racist as shit, make way for Stormfront! So the scene goes like this. The boys are rescuing Butcher's wife and her son, who's not his. The father is Homelander, and it's not as convoluted as it sounds. Anyway, the boys are on a rescue mission for Becca and the boy, when Stormfront appears to stop them. She's kicking some ass and is about to win, until Queen Maeve shows up at 0 hour to save the day and kicks the ever-living shit out of that Nazi bitch. The three women team up to take down Stormfront in a manner that's worthy of cheers. See, this moment is the culmination of many threads, not just this season either. It calls back to season 1. Basically, we've been watching 2 seasons of build to this one moment. That's why the Thanos stuff is so sweet in the MCU. We spent years building to Thanos, and the payoff, it was worth it. The girl power moment in Avengers Endgame was equivalent to some random character that no one in the film nor the audience cares about, coming in to save the day at 0 hour and... Oh, you've heard this one before. I'll see my way out. Before I do, I just wanted to say, the boys had the ability to make an actual Nazi character more sympathetic than Captain Marvel. And that's not hyperbole. Stormfront had depth, an actual backstory, and character motivation. Yes, it was evil because she's the villain, but there was a fleshed out character there. Not some flat-assed shell of a human who shits on people based on the color of their skin in the real world and uses her YouTube video to make sanctimonious garbage about race while completely skirting the issue. Women aren't the problem. Women being in movies isn't the problem. The problem is corporate bullshit that wants to pander to the lowest common denominator dickheads who think that starting a hashtag is akin to saving a life. It's for the keyboard warriors who think that their hate and vitriol is doing something. Marvel panders. They take the low-hanging fruit and they run with it and expect to be praised for it. Thankfully, people have been calling them out on their bullshit since Endgame dropped. It may be too late, however. Audiences, while fickle, aren't as stupid as studios would like to think. For every preachy moment that they think they're helping solve the world's problems with, thousands of people's eyes are rolling and they're opened at the same time to the truth of all this garbage. That's the big difference. One spent years earning this moment, the other took time out of a guaranteed successful film built on the backs of other films and took that time to virtue signal so hard that Batman answered the call.
Well said, Robin.
So folks, what do you think of today's topic? I know we cover a lot of Marvel stuff here, but I thought this was a really great comparison because as of last week at this time, I hadn't seen The Boys yet. But the moment that scene took place in the episode, I thought, holy shit, this is how you do it right. As I said a second ago in the video, women aren't the problem. The execution from a lot of weird corporate assholes, that's the problem. There's a weird soullessness to their ideals about entertainment. They're almost like robots. They know diversity is good, they know skin color is good, they know different ethnicities, and they know different, well, I've been saying the same thing 3 times, but they know that people of different colors, people of different orientations, and people of different whatever is good for marketing, so their one big computer just looks at it all as a big positive. But like when you watch those videos of AI trying to do basic human things, well, they miss a beat. And that's what a lot of these films do, they miss a beat. You know, in theory, it's not bad to have the women team up in an Avengers film. I mean, that scene in Avengers Infinity War, the She's Not Alone scene, is awesome. That is how you do a girl power moment right. But when you try to inject Captain Marvel into the story, I mean, I know it sounds like a dead horse that I'm beating, and thankfully for Dion, dead horses are the only kind he can stand to be around because he's afraid of horses, but I digress. The point I'm trying to make is Captain Marvel was really patient zero for a lot of this stuff. People would say, well, it's been coming for years. Has it though? I'd argue that it's a newer thing and that Captain Marvel is the poster child for it, because this isn't just putting a woman in a film or making a female-led film. This is taking a multi-billion, hell, $20 billion franchise and molding it for this one woman that nobody fucking likes. Nobody. Probably doesn't even like herself, and I don't care about that shit. So folks, I'm gonna head on out of here. I wanna thank everybody for watching this video, and I'm gonna ask that everyone hit the thumbs up button on the way out. We have finally seen some new subscriber growth over the last couple of months, so it's an exciting time to be a part of the WCBS community. So if you're one of the thousands of new people, welcome to the channel. And if you've been around for a while, well, I'm still happy to have you around here, folks. This community means a lot, and we keep building it and growing it, and I'm really excited to be at the forefront of something really awesome. So folks, before you go, if you like what you heard and you want more, we are over on Patreon. $1 a month helps, but $5, which is like 17 cents a day, goes even further. And then you're thinking, Jeff, it's a pandemic, weird time to have this. Actually, we have a special running right now where if you join at the $5 tier, all of our Halloween themed stuff will be released to you at that tier. That includes videos. We just put up an hour-long review of the Friday the 13th box set, which Nick went into excruciating detail over, so if you're a fan of that, check it out. We also have reviews. We also have our other show called The Sunday Hangover, which we talk about shit we can't talk about on YouTube. So if all that sounds awesome and you want to just help support us and keep us going, well, patreon.com/worldclassbs. But if you can't afford to do that, not a problem. Just keep on watching the videos and spreading the word. One of your shares does more than you possibly can imagine. So folks, I'm going to head on out of here. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching, but I'm going to ask a favor before I go. What is it? That's simple. Go out into the world and be excellent to each other.